smoke is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
Who we saw, Parks?
You saw your man Mero. He didn't really like that whole, you know what I mean?
Big Mero.
He didn't like that whole bunny shit you was talking.
What'd he say?
He said, nah, I got my shit back. I don't know, it was loud in there. I couldn't hear all the shit you was talking. But he made it a point. I've never spoken to Mero in my life. He made it a point to pull me aside and said, I was laughing with y'all until y'all started saying that shit.
That's what he kept telling me. He was like, yo, ain't no beef? I don't have no beef with Joe.
Mero know I love him.
He was like, we got each other numbers. Like, I ain't got no beef.
Yeah, but then make it sound like that.
And he was
make
like,
make it sound like that. It ain't no beef. That's my man. But any of my mans that sit on these cameras, make it sound like what it is.
And he was like,
right?
Yep.
When it's time to big Joe up, I don't want to hear nothing about Joe got punched in the face in 09. Like that ain't my type of big up, nigga. And also, you should be able to fact check your homie. You have not done this independently. That ain't no beef to what you know. You one of them niggas.
What's going on, y'all? We are back with the files. Now listen, Mero recently pulled up on Parks and Ice at an event. And let's just say it wasn't just a friendly dap and handshake. This was about Joe Budden's remarks on the podcast, all right? Remarks where Joe basically said Mero was never truly independent. Never did it the Joe Budden way, right? Now, here's the thing. When Parks and Ice were talking about it, it seems that Mero may have been a bit thrown off by it. Almost like, wait, me and Joe are cool. Why would he even say that, right? But I think Mero forgot something important. His first response to Joe's wasn't all exactly love. You feel me?
Shout out Joe, what up? Like, shout out to Joe, but like, I made that money already.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I made that money in TV, and then like
Talk
my
heavy.
chest.
Lord, I see what you've done for others.
You know what I'm saying?
Do the
Been
same
there,
for us.
Been there. Like, got the bag, invested the bag wisely, did all this shit after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Love that.
Not off rip. Bought a house, invested, portfolio, this, that, index fund, whoop whoop. I'm gonna give y'all game. Bro, Joe been online when the cameras look like this.
Yeah.
When this was like the webcam.
With the Panasonics and shit.
That shit had a floppy disk in that bitch, nigga. That nigga just running around with Tahiri like, yo, we over here now.
When
Like,
niggas are still using gateway computers and shit.
that part,
You know what I'm saying?
Raekwon just punched me in the face. I'm gonna put this.
We had Rock the Bells Fest. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna put this shit online.
Yeah.
He was like the first guy.
Yeah.
So like when you the first dude in there, like it's only right. Like he should be making that. Like, cause he.
There was some shade in there. There was some hate in there. And honestly, it was hard to ignore, right? And instead of just congratulating Joe and keeping it moving, Mero decided to make it a little spicy. He said Joe should be making the kind of money he's making now, right? But the way he said it, it wasn't in a compliment, okay? It was a setup to clown Joe. You feel me? Mero started flexing, talking about how he already made the money Joe's making, how he already bought his house, his cars, how he did all of that already. And then he really leaned in. He brought up that infamous moment where Joe got punched in the face and ran to the camera to talk about it. That wasn't a jab. That was a combo. And to top it off, he said he could even give Joe some game on how to make money in the industry. Right? And here's the irony. Mero was sitting on a couch next to Savon, one of Joe's independent contractors, okay? Talking like that. That's not throwing shade, okay? That's open the umbrella. You feel me? Let's open the umbrella up, homie. You wildin', Mero. So you know what Joe does. He does exactly what he should do. He calls Mero out, right? And in his true Joe Budden way. You feel me? He still called Mero the homie and all of that, but he laid out the boundaries, plain as day. You feel me? Like Joe basically said, if we're cool, then let's act like that on camera. Don't throw jabs in the middle of a compliment, right? And you could tell Joe didn't like the punch reference about how Mero talked about how Joe got snuffed and all of that. He definitely didn't like the energy Mero was given. And Mero was acting like he had already surpassed Joe. Okay? That's how Mero was acting. Let's be clear. Mero is no Joe Budden. That's not hate. That's just the facts. And honestly, Mero is lucky Joe reacted with grace, because if Joe really wanted to unload, he could have obliterated him. Like, we was just on the spaces just now today, and I was talking to Joe, and you know, he could have got crazy. He could have got crazy on Mero, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Instead, he let him off with a light tapping and a warning shot. Meanwhile, Parks and Ice, they held it down for the pod during this, during that whole exchange. It seemed like loyalty was in the building, big time. You feel me? But here's where it gets real interesting. I think Mero really believes he won in this game. That Joe is still grinding, still podding, while he's already off, into the sunset. But in reality, Joe's been planning his exit for a little minute now, okay? Before Desus and Mero's probably even really broke up. All right, so here's the real question. Was Mero talking from a place of pride, or a place of bitterness, right? Was this just friendly banter going wrong, or is there something deeper here, like some real hate, something that's been brewing since, those late night show days or something like that, okay? And most importantly, if Joe really wanted to, could he end this guy, right? Could he end him, okay? Or also, here's another thing, could Joe end this cool guy act, and tear Mero apart, Let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like Joe gave him enough time. I feel like he shouldn't spend no more time on it or whatever. I feel like it's giving this guy too much clout. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll be back with the files.
My guy Dub too. That's my man though.
Gang gang.
That's my man, Big Dub.